What's going on, everyone? So, reports came out that the Lakers were concerned that because they didn't consult LeBron James on the Luka trade, that there was this fear in this sense that he might ask out, that it could blow back and he may end up requesting a trade. Now, regardless, you still do it, right? Even if that was the case, right? Like, let's say you have the chance to trade for Luka, you trade for Luka, and if LeBron's like, hey, I want out, you still trade for Luka, right? And then you go get whatever you can for LeBron, right? It's how you work it out, it's how you figure it out. But I don't like, why would the Lakers be worried about that, right? Like, I understand, like, Anthony Davis was LeBron's guy, right? And I understand that Anthony Davis, him and LeBron, they won a championship together, right? They're boys, all that stuff. But like, if anything, this made LeBron look as good as possible, right? Because usually when something happens, it's like Lee GM did it. It's his fault. Oh, look, he shipped out this guy or he shipped out that guy. Or like, but like, if you're LeBron, you're like, I just got a 25-year-old superstar who's one of the best players in the league and can really take over the mantle and pass the torch, right? I love Anthony Davis, but there were genuine concerns about Anthony Davis being the guy that I can pass the torch to. And now I got a guy in Luka who could probably allow me to play another like 3 years if I wanted to, right? Like, that was the best possible thing that could have happened for LeBron James. Not only did you get a young star that you could be your workhorse and that you could have be the guy, pass the torch to, handle all the workload for you, right? And still maintain contention status and go potentially win a championship or several, right? But now you are absolved of everything. You get to be like, dude, I didn't know, man. I had no idea. Right? Like, Lakers didn't talk to me about it. Lakers didn't talk to anybody about it. Right? Like, Rich Paul was like, I didn't know either. And there's very few things I don't know about. I have a really good pulse on things in this league, right? So, I don't know why. Like, again, like, if you traded Anthony Davis for like a rebuild package, sure. Right? Like, let's say the Lakers traded him for, I don't know, some young guy, right? Let's say they traded him to whatever, Houston, and got like a young package and got like Thompson and all these other guys. And one of those young guys like emerged, right? Let's say whatever, Sir Thompson became like a triple double guy, was giving you like 28 and 8, right? And everyone's like, oh, he's a star, he's this, that, and the other. I can see LeBron being like, I'm probably not winning with this guy, right? Like, get me out of here, right? Or, whatever, or some other star. Like, if they just got like a solid player, right? Like a good player, right? Or a couple good. Like, if they would have went and got, Karl Anthony Towns and a bunch of picks or something, I could see LeBron being like, yeah, I'm not winning with Karl Anthony Towns, right? And picks, right? Like, whatever, right? If it was something crazy like that. But they traded for Luka, right? Like, LeBron probably would have traded Anthony Davis. Like, you could have probably consulted with LeBron and he would have been like, yeah, look, I love AD. Trade for Luka, right? Like, I don't know why this is even like a thought. I don't know why this would even be a concern or a thing. Because again, you got one of the top 3 to 5 at worst players in the league, right? Like, you got Jokic, Giannis, Luka. You could argue SGA now, right? So, okay, let's say you want to make Luka 4th. I mean, you're talking about literally one of the 4 best players in the entire NBA that's 25 years old. And now LeBron doesn't have to be the guy, right? Like, even with Anthony Davis, I love Anthony Davis, right? He was great. But there were genuine questions with his age and his ability to be the guy. Can he be the guy? Like, is he the guy that when LeBron retires, that we can go and try to win championships with? There was those concerns, those questions, right? LeBron had to do so much still, more often than not, right? And now it's like you got Luka that can do everything and then some, right? Like, Lakers always had a puncher's chance, in my opinion, right? Because Anthony Davis is good, right? But Luka just creates and is responsible for so much more, right? Obviously, Anthony Davis isn't, or Luka isn't the defensive player that Anthony Davis is, but he generates and controls so much more aspects of the game because one, he has the ball in his hands, and two, he's not only giving you 30, he's also giving you 30 plus another 30 and just, assists and stuff, right? And you pair that with just his ability to break down defenses and be that consistent scorer and stuff. And even on a bad night, I mean, Luka had about as bad of a shooting night as you could possibly have the other night, and he still gave you 20. We've seen Anthony Davis have bad nights like that, and he's giving you like 9. And you're like, dude, I mean, we've seen stretches where he's, one game giving you 30, 20, and 10, right? And the guy's just like, the bet looks like the best player in the league, and then have games where he struggles. Right? And don't get me wrong, he's been better, right? Especially under JJ because he was getting the ball more and he was more of a focal point, right? Where Darvin Ham, I mean, how many times do we see Anthony Davis have 30 points through 3 quarters and then just not touch the ball in the fourth, right? That's not. I mean, part of that is Anthony Davis's fault because you need to be more assertive, you need to be more demanding. Give me the basketball. Part of that is just the coaching, I mean, even how many times did we hear Darvin Ham go his idiot coach, and then just not make the adjustment, not make the change? It's it's great that you said that. It's great that you recognize that, but recognizing it means nothing if you don't actually make the change and adjust it. What are we doing here type thing? So it's just Luka, there's certain players, like Jokic is another one, right? Anthony Davis, you look at AD, right? He's a guy that go get you 30, 27 with 2 blocks, or 3 blocks, 2 steals, and just control a game on both sides of the basketball. But his impact even in those games at times isn't as controlling of the overall and overarching game as guys like a Luka or a LeBron, is particularly more so in his prime, or like a Jokic, right? These guys just have a really good way of, yes, they might not be as good defensively or anything like that, but they just control the game so much more, right? They're able to dictate and kind of keep the game moving at their pace rather than, Anthony Davis still moving at the pace that the game is going, but he's just so dominant and such a mismatch that he's able to just kind of do incredible things, right? I mean, Anthony Davis, don't get me wrong, is top 10 player in the league, right? But I don't know why in the world would LeBron James want out after you went and got Luka, right? If they were I mean, in all honesty, they kind of did, because I was going to say, I can understand maybe if they were hey, we're hitting the reset button this year, we're going to trade everybody, and, I mean, they didn't trade everybody, but they didn't really do. I mean, they got Dorian Finney-Smith earlier and stuff like that, but they didn't, their center plans and all that stuff, those all fell through, right? So it kind of was just it's the same team. You just swapped Luka with LeBron, or Luka with AD, right? But all of us were Lakers have a better chance of winning a championship. You don't think LeBron felt the same way? You don't think LeBron was I have a better chance of winning a championship now, right? Of course. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I just saw the article and stuff, and I was this is silly. Why would you have 80? I would have been LeBron's gonna be okay with this, right? Because again, you bail him out. He's absolved of any criticism or anything, right? But anyway, as always, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.